All right. Let's start our session today.
Miss, you didn't say my name.
Sorry,
You didn't say my name.
what's your name?
Marwa Sharif.
Marwa Sharif. Okay. I was asking about the newcomers. Marwa Sharif. Thank you, Marwa. Let's back to. All right. Let's start our lesson today. As I told you before, we were talking about geography, okay? And in geography, we need to know, this is chapter 1, lesson 1. This is chapter 1, lesson 1. The name of the lesson is, if you would like Yani, to open the book further and study, what geographers view, how geographers view the world. Okay, again, this is chapter 1, lesson 1. I'm going to provide you with a summary and a worksheet before the quiz, inshallah, in order you study from it. But let's start our lesson first. Can you see the PowerPoint? Okay. You're raising hands, which means that you can see it. Ibrahim,
Yes, ma'am.
can you see the PowerPoint?
Yes, I can see, but I wanted to tell you, is there a quiz?
No, not now. But inshallah, when we have a quiz, I'll provide you with a summary for the lesson. You can study from it.
Okay.
But if you'd like for now
Okay.
to underline anything in the book, to underline the definitions and so on, you can open your book, page 18. We are working on chapter 1, lesson 1, how geographers view the world. Okay?
Okay.
Let's start. We live in a changing world, as I told you before. We live in a dynamic world, in a changing world, a world that changes in seasons, weather. Sometimes we have cold weather, we have hot weather. Sometimes we have different types of landform in different countries. We have different type of bodies of water. For example, a country has a mountain, another country has a valley. So that's why geographers needed to study the whole world in order to differentiate between different countries and to tell the people what kind of activities they need to do and where to live and to just avoid any kind of danger, just as volcanoes. So geography, guys, is very important. Why geography is very important? Because moving to our definition today, what's meant by geography? Geography is the study of Earth, of course, and Earth have people, places, and the environment around it. So again, what's meant by geography? Geography is the study of Earth, its people, places, and environment that surround it. Of course, I'm going to study the Earth. What's the Earth? What kind of weather do we have in different places on Earth? What kind of landform do we have? People. How do people move? What do people believe in? What kind of a language to speak? What kind of religion they have? Also, we think about the different places in the world, and the most important thing is the environment that surrounds the whole world. So again, what's meant by geography? Geography is the study of Earth and its people, places, and environment. So when geographers think about the Earth, they think in a thing called spatial. It's coming from the word space. What do we mean by spatial? Spatial refers to the features in terms of their location, their shapes, their relationship to one another. What does it mean that? Okay, on Earth, we have different features. We have two types of features. I will unmute some of you to tell me. Raise your hand if you know what kinds of features do we have. What kinds of features do we have on Earth? Anyone knows? Okay, I have Ibrahim Zini and I have, okay. Ibrahim,
Yes.
what types of features do we have in Earth?
Teachers.
Features, features.
Oh, teachers.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you remember? We have two types of features. Anyone knows? If you know, just raise your hand. I can see Kareem.
Human features.
Excellent. Give me a Kareem, huh?
We have human features.
We have human features, excellent Kareem, which include the culture, the language, the traditions, the beliefs, the religion, and we have other type of features. Muhammad Walid,
Uh, the the environment features.
you mean the physical features. You're close enough, excellent. We have two types of features. We have the human features and the physical features. Physical features include the land form, bodies of water, climate, and vegetation. Human features include the religion, the culture, the beliefs, the traditions. Let's get to one point at a time. Let's start by the physical features. When I'm asking you about landform, what does it mean landform? Anyone can give me examples for landform? Raise hand, please. Give me examples for landform. Kareem. Yes, Kareem.
Mountains.
Excellent. Mountains, valleys, hills. Okay. And I want examples for bodies of water. Adil. Adil, can you
Miss, I'm going to talk about the land.
I'm talking about land. Okay. But do you know any example for bodies of water? Bodies of water. Just try to think about it.
An island?
It's not an island, but something around the island, which is like the
I don't
sea,
know.
huh? Like the sea, like the mountain, the sea, like the ocean, like the river, and also just as the lakes. So this is what's meant by physical features. Physical features include bodies of water, include landforms, include also vegetation. And vegetation means the Adil, please lower your hand. Vegetation means the kind of plants we're going to grow. And also the first one is we have bodies of water, we have the landform, and we have the vegetation. As for the, these are the physical features. As for the human features, we're talking about the population, the religion. What language do they speak? Where do they live? What kind of jobs they are practicing? Okay, let's move to our PowerPoint again. So when am I talking about spatial? Spatial include a study of physical features and human features. How come? How come does it include this? We'll see. Spatial refers to features in terms of their location. So I go to the feature, for example, a mountain, and I see where is it? What's its location? Their shapes, their shapes, and their relationship to one another. Which means if I have two mountains, I should say this is the bigger one, this is the smaller one. This is called relationship. This is in north, this is in south, and so on. Also, human features in relationship with physical features. What does it mean? It means that if I have a mountain, can I have a planting on it? Can I have farming on the land or not? If this country working in fishing, can they have fishing in a river or not? Can they have fishing in lakes or not? This is what's meant by spatial. So again, the definition of a spatial is Earth features in terms of their location, shapes, relationship to one another. This is the most important part of spatial. Before I ask you two questions, anyone want to ask anything? Raise your hand if you want. Cecilia?
Miss Nora and Rahma is telling you to let them in the meeting.
All right. Anyone has any question of what we have discussed till now? I have iPhone. I don't know whose iPhone. And there is no mic. Anyway, let's continue. So today we have talking about the definition of geography and the definition of spatial. And spatial studies two kinds of features, which are human features and physical features. And we have given examples for physical features, which include landform, bodies of water, vegetation, and climate. We forget about climate. Climate, which means the weather over a long period of time. Climate is the weather over a long period of time. Let's move to the human features, which include language, religion, beliefs, and population, and what kind of activities they practice. We have land use, activities they practice, and what kind of job they have. Let's move. You have no questions, so let's move to another part in the PowerPoint or in the lesson. Okay, he told us that geographers not just study anything. No, geographers, when they want to understand more about the Earth, they study Earth from 5 different perspectives. How come? Yes, guys, geography have 5 themes. They don't just go and take any tree and study it. No, they have 5 accurate themes. We need to know the names of the 5 themes. What are the 5 themes of geography? What are the 5 themes of geography? The 5 themes of geography, and we're going to memorize them. Number 1, location. Number 2, place. Number 3, region. Number 4, movement. Number 5, human environment interaction. Again, what are the 5 themes of geography? What are the 5 themes of geography? Location, place, region, movement and human, and the last one is environment, human and environment interaction. But let's get one by one. Let's start by the first one. Anyone can guess what does location means? What does location means? If you know, raise your hand. What does location mean? Just try to guess. Adam? Okay. Yes, Adam? Adam or Ward?
It's a place.
Huh? Yes, what? Yes,
Place?
huh? The exact place of you, yes. If I want to know where is Adam location, I want to know where is Adam's place. Excellent, Adam, thank you. Yes, guys, the location is the place. It's very easy. Location is the exact place you live in. The exact place you live in. But let's see more about location. Okay. Location is where do you live, or where is your exact place? Where is something found on earth? What is its exact place? What's your address? We said we have 2 types or 2 kinds of location. This is very important. We have 2 types of location. We have one that's called relative location, and we have something that's called absolute location. But before we move to the types of location, we need to explain more. When I'm talking about location, which is the first theme of geography, we are asking, or geographers ask, where do you live? What is your exact place? Right. Not only this, no. Also, I'd like to know the most important human and physical features in your country. For example, in Egypt, the most important physical feature is Nile River. The most important human feature that we speak in Arabic. So they need to, when they need to talk about your location or your place, they need also to identify what kind or what's the most important physical features and human feature in your country. Also, geographers said that we have two types of location, relative location and absolute location. What's the difference between relative and absolute location? Relative location is where a place is compared to a place using cardinal directions. What does it mean, this, Yamis? Means that relative location talks about a place in a certain direction. Yani, is this place north? Is this place south? Is it east or west? This is what's meant by cardinal direction. So again, relative location describes where a place is compared to another place. يعني مثلا for example I can say that Egypt is the south of a place, or it's the north of another place. So when I say that Egypt is north of Africa, is south of Africa, or whatever, this is called relative location. Relative location describes where a place is compared to another place. Is it in the north of this place? Is it in the south of this place? Is it east or west? طيب. What I have another example too. There is another example. When I see مثلا a place called, we have at page 20, we have a place called New Orleans. New Orleans is near the mouth of the Mississippi River. So when you come to me and ask me, Miss, where is New Orleans? I'll tell you New Orleans is near the Mississippi River. Near the Mississippi River. This is relative location. Okay, طيب. Why I want to know about the location? Why it is important أصلا to know about locations? Because when I know about your location, I will be able to tell what language do you speak, what religion do you believe in. If you have volcanoes in your country, to make sure that you are away from dangers. If you have flat land, rich soil, rivers, I will tell you what kind of activity you can practice or have as a job. You can work in farming, you can work in fishing. That's why they study location, because it's very important for them. Let's move also to the absolute location. What does it mean, absolute location? Absolute location, also the exact location, but using a system of imaginary lines called longitude and latitude. Of course, I think you have studied longitude and latitude. I want to ask you what's meant by longitudes, or does it run from east to west or from north to south, and latitudes. These are the longitudes and the latitudes. I will give you a chance to tell me what's meant by longitude and latitude. Anyone knows? Anybody knows any idea about longitude and latitude? Yes, Adam.
Longitude from north to south, and latitude from east to west.
Excellent, Adam. Yeah, you have a great idea. Longitudes runs from east to west. Latitude, yes, runs from east to west. Latitude runs from east to west. Okay. Type. Anyone knows what's the zero line latitude? What's the zero line latitude? You have an idea? All right. Let me. Someone has an idea? Kareem.
Yes, it's one. It's the one in the middle, on the equator.
Stop. Okay. Okay. Listen to me, because the session is about to end. We have only 10 minutes, or 5 or less. I will tell you quickly. Latitudes runs from east to west. Latitudes run from east to west. Okay. The zero line latitude is equator. The equator. Equator divides the Earth into northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. The longitude runs from north to south. The longitude runs from north to south. The zero line longitude is the prime meridian. Its name is prime meridian. It divides the Earth into eastern and western hemisphere. Eastern and western hemisphere. This is the end of the session for today, but I will unmute everyone and I want you to raise your hand if you have any question. You want to ask about anything, raise your hand. If you don't want to ask, I will ask. Okay, let me start asking. You can unmute yourself when I ask you. Okay. Who can tell me what's meant by geography? What's meant by geography?
Yes,
Adil, go ahead.
it's the history of the earth.
It's what?
It's the history of the
You mean
earth.
the study of Earth. You mean the study, not history. The study of
The
Earth.
study.
Okay, thank you, Adil. This is what's meant by geography, the study of Earth and people and environment. Okay, anyone can tell me what's meant by spatial? What's meant by spatial? What's meant by spatial? Nobody's raising hand, I will choose. What's meant by spatial? Try to think, yani, try to think. What's meant by spatial? I have Ganna. Ganna Sharif, what's meant by spatial? Ganna Sharif? Hey guys, if I call someone and he's not answering, I'll consider him absent. If I call someone and he's not answering me back, I will consider him absent. So Ganna Sharif is not here, okay. I have Walid. Okay, Rahma. Rahma, I want to answer. Rahma, okay, go ahead.
Miss, you need me?
لا, it's okay, Rahma.
Hear you, miss. I'm trying to say for reason I can't hear you well.
Rahma, you hear me? Rahma? Someone was talking. Okay, again, what's meant by spatial? What's meant by spatial? The Earth's feature in terms of their location, shape, and relationship to one another. It's very easy. What's meant by location refers to the Earth's feature, yani something on the Earth.
Location is the exact place.
No, I'm not asking about location. I'm asking about spatial. Spatial. Okay, spatial is what Earth's feature in terms of their location, their shapes, and relationship to one another. Type. Geographers study Earth by using two kinds of features. Anyone can tell me what types of features do we have? What types of features? Word.
We have human features and physical features.
Thank you. We have human features and physical features. Kareem, can you tell me what's meant by human features and what's meant by physical features? Examples for this and this.
The human features is like culture and traditions and language.
Excellent.
But the physical features mean like hills and mountains and
bodies of
landforms and body of water.
Yes, weather or climate and vegetation. Thank you, Karim. Thank you so much. Okay, we moved to the 5 themes of geography. 5 themes of geography, and we need to memorize them. We have 5 themes of geography. Anyone can remember any of them? 5 themes of geography? Raise hand if you know the 5 themes of geography. Again, 5 themes. I said what and what and what? Location, place, region, movement, human environment interaction. You're going to memorize them, okay? Location, place, region. Location, place, region. Movement, human, environment interaction. First one, we've talked about this today, location. What's meant by location? Judy?
is the exact.
Judy, what's meant by location?
Gonna saying to you that the mic المايك بتاعي مش شغال.
Her mic's not working? Okay.
It's the exact place.
Yes, excellent. Thank you, Judy. It's the exact place. We have two types of location. What are the two types of location?
Human features.
No. Location is different from spatial. Location has two different types. What location and what location? If you don't know, it's okay. I need someone else.
Relative.
Excellent. Relative location and?
Absolute.
Absolute location, yes. Relative means to know the location of something by using directions, east, west, north, and south. Okay, absolute location using longitude and latitudes. Okay, let's move to the next one. Longitude and latitude.
Miss.
Yes.
Cecilia is saying to you that النت بتاعها خلص.
Okay, thank you, Jude. Longitude and latitudes. What's meant by longitude and latitude? Latitude runs from what to what? I want someone, yani Karim and Judy, you're participating. One else. And the word you said before. Ibrahim is there.
And me, Miss, I said geography.
What?
I said the first question.
Adil what?
I said the first one.
And Adil, yes, I know Adil, you participate. I write here on my paper everything. Hannah Naqib, okay, Hannah? Hannah Naqib, tell me, latitudes run from east to west or north?
Longitude is from north to south.
Excellent. And latitude?
Latitude is from east to west.
Excellent. Okay. The last two questions. What's the zero line latitude? What's the zero line latitude? Let's see. Zero line
Is
latitude.
the center.
No, thank you, ya Hannah. خلاص, enough. I need someone else. What's the zero line latitude? Kareem and Ward. Who's else? Kareem, what's the zero line latitude?
It's a prime meridian.
No, zero latitude, not longitude.
Miss, is there a homework, ya miss?
Sorry?
Is there a homework?
No homework today, no. Homework will be at the end of the week. What's the zero line latitude? You said not prime meridian, it's the Ward.
It's the equator.
It's the equator, thank you. And another question, what's the zero line longitude? Raise your hand. Judy? Judy.
I don't know.
Judy, we said that the zero line latitude is the equator. So the zero line longitude is what? Okay, Kareem.
Prime meridian. I mixed them.
Prime meridian. Thank you, Kareem. Prime meridian.
Sorry, I mixed them up the last question.
Sorry?
I mixed them up the last question.
You need to ask a question?
No.
You answered the last question, you mean?
That I mixed them up.
I know, no problem. Okay, that's it for today. Do you have any kind of question? Do you have any kinds of question you want to know about something? Ask me about something.